Hello from the Department of Women's and Gender Studies at the Johannes Kepler University in Linz, Austria. At our department, much of our research focuses on discriminatory mechanisms in different fields of society and our culture, for instance, in technoscience, as well as in information and communication technology. For this year's Ars Electronica Festival, we are very excited to announce our project, How to Become a High-Tech Anti-Discrimination Activist Collective, which is supported by the Linz Institute of Technology.
For this project, we have invited international and national experts to engage with us in a discussion on how digital media and new technologies reinforce and shape our perceptions of race and gender, also in ways which are unwanted sometimes.
For instance, algorithms have often been believed to function more objectively than humans. However, it has become increasingly clear that this is not the case. Algorithms are just as biased as the institutions and developers who produce them. This means that racism and sexism is inscribed in much of the technology that we use. Our project addresses this issue, and it asks how discrimination in the design and functioning of technology can be overcome.
We are delighted to have two keynotes, one by Lisa Nakamura and one by Sophia Nobel. Lisa Nakamura is a professor for American culture and digital studies at the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. She is truly one of the leading scholars in examining race in digital media. And in her talk, she will reflect on a very recent phenomenon and experiences of ethnic minorities. And her talk is entitled Estranging Digital Racial Terrorism After COVID.
So in this talk, I'm going to be talking about the kinds of work we can do to estrange and make bizarre and make surprising racism that we see in public and that we see in viral videos. I think we can take a lesson from young people. And I'm going to be talking about Zoom bombing and some ways that that can show us how digital racism works today, post-COVID.
Our second speaker is Sophia Nobel, who is a professor of information studies at the University of California, Los Angeles. She's also co-director of UCLA's Center for Critical Internet Inquiry. And in her talk, she will present insights from her best-selling book, Algorithms of Oppression: How Search Engines Reinforce Racism.
I'm going to be talking about racist and sexist algorithmic discrimination, public policy, things that we should be thinking about when it comes to the disproportionate and disparate impact of the digital on women, on children, on people of color, and on the most vulnerable in the world. And so I hope that you will come to the amazing lineup that Ars Electronica has scheduled, and that you will listen in to the conversation about the kinds of harms that we're facing from these technologies and some things we might be able to do about it.
The lectures will be followed by 4 participatory workshops held by experts in the fields. They are academics, they are open source developers, they are designers and performing artists. And they will apply a number of different methods, including programming and mind scripting and performative arts. And in these workshops, which will be held on Friday and Saturday of the festival, we want to engage in questions of how do technologies privilege some and discriminate against others. And we also want to envisage how technologies can be created without such biases. And in this way, we hope to establish a way of exchanging knowledge and to allow for a formation of a high-tech anti-discrimination activist collective.
For details of our program, please check our website. We are very much looking forward to having you as a part of a high-tech anti-discrimination activist collective.